Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Papercrafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making my May journal. And I'm doing Star Wars, the little golden book. I haven't done a little golden book in so long. I'm so excited to do a little golden book. And I'm doing Star Wars because May the 4th be with you. So why not, right? So let's get started. Now, if you've never seen how I do a little golden book, you're probably going to hate me. But guess what? I don't. Oh, look, it's little Star Wars guys on the, on the little golden book gold piece. You see that? How cute. Anyway, you're probably going to hate me, but I cut this off. I do it on a ring. You guys, the struggle is real with me lately, and counting. It's bad. It's bad. I'm struggling so bad. Every time I make a journal, it seems like I miscount my pages, and it doesn't matter. You guys make them with me. You know that I count them, and somehow yet I still miscount. So I've decided that from now on, if I can make a ring journal, I'm making a ring journal because I can't get this underneath. I need that to make sure everything's straightened up, but I am just going to use my blade and my ruler. And I should really put a mat down, but we're living dangerously. We're living dangerously. No, we're not. I'm grabbing a mat. I don't want to ruin another desktop. Not all about that life. I don't want to ruin another desktop. So I'm just cutting where the bend marks are from where I just bent this open. This was a new book. And yeah, I'm just drawing a new book. You got a fucking problem with that? I don't give a shit. I care. There you go. Guess what? You know what happens if people don't buy books? They go in the goddamn landfill. So would you rather me use one for a journal? Or have it in the landfill? That's on you. You make that decision, okay? I want to make sure I keep the pages in order, because I do keep the pages in my book. I know a lot of people just like make a spine for their little golden books, but I'm not all about that. Like I said, it's a struggle for me. It is a struggle for me to have the correct amount of pages, so I'm not doing that. But you do whatever you want to do for your little golden book journal. Okay, there we go. Now all I'm going to do is make sure that my covers are, and my pages are all straight. There we go. And then I think, you guys, I think I'm going to do something so weird this time. I'm just going to use plain pages. Plain pages. Alright. So we need to move this to 6, and that is where we'll trim. And you know what? I need a lot of stuff, and I'm tired of saying I need. I need a new printer. My printer sucks anymore, so I do need a new printer, but do I want to buy one? No, because they're expensive. I told my kid, who starts college soon, that he should buy a new printer, and he was like, no. I was like, okay. Thanks for that, kid. He's like, no. I'm like, but you're the one wasting all my HP Instant Ink pages. And now they raised the price again. Yeah, they raised the price again. So I'm kind of over HP Instant Ink. And besides the fact that my printer keeps... hold on, you guys. My printer keeps... doing some wacky stuff, like all the lights flash for no reason, so I'm over it. Alright, here's the back. Here's all our pages. Here's the front. all ready to go. I need paper to go on the inside. And you know what I think I'm going to use? I don't know. What colors are in here? Maybe I should just use like scrapbook paper, but plain scrapbook paper that matches all the colors in the cover. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to go grab that, and this is still doing. Okay, so I have some 32-pound printer paper. That's what I'm just going to use. I did have some flashcards, Star Wars flashcards that I got for 99 cents at Ollie's. So I grabbed those, and of course those won't be for writing on. Those will be where I add pictures and stuff like that. And then these are the colors I picked out. So I have this blue, which is in here. I have the purple, which is down here in their shadow. I have this deeper orange, which is down at the bottom. Brown, which is in some of their clothing. And of course, Chewbacca. I have this like golden orange. I don't know what you want to call it. That's right there. The yellow, that's back there. I have the green, that's in here. And then a darker green that's in there. So I think I came up with some pretty good colors. What I'm going to do, let's measure this and see how big it is. It's 6 inches. I know that. I've cut it. 6 by 8. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut all this to 6 by 8. And now if you've never seen me make a little golden book journal, I do keep the story intact. So I will pull out, say, 2 pages, and then I will add pages. And then I will move 2 or 3 pages over and I'll add pages. So that's what I do when I do a little golden book. So hopefully I'll be able to count how many pages I need and I'll get the count accurate. But I'm going to go and I'm going to cut all this down to 6 by 8 and go from there. And you don't need to see me do that. Okay, so this is where the I always mess up part goes. I have a bunch of papers cut. So what I'm going to do is start adding them in. There are 31 days in May. But since I keep the book inside, I need more than 31 pages. But I don't know how many I'll need until I start putting them in. Okay, so I have 2 piles of papers here. I cut 2 of each color, so I have 1 in each. One pile has 1 of each color. Actually, more than 1 of each color, but that's okay. So we're just going to flip out and we're going to start. I'm just going to add papers in. So this is day 1. So I'm going to write a 1 on the bottom so we don't forget. And then, you know what? We're just going to throw 1 of these in. So this is 2. And then I'm going to write a 2 down here. So this is day 2. And we'll do a day 3. So this is day 3 with this smaller piece. And we'll move on. Okay. Now I may have to come back and add more papers in. So we're going to do day 4. Now remember, I don't like to put anything on my books, so this will be blank. I'm not going to put anything on there unless I have a lot of stuff to add for the 4th. I don't put anything on my book, so nothing gets put on here. I never put anything on my book. I like to keep my book where you can see everything on your book. Okay, that's 5. Let's throw in a white sheet. And then another. So this is now 6. Okay, and then we're going to flip a page. 2 pages. I don't even know how many pages are in this book. I think are all golden books the same pages? I don't know. So we were on 6. So now we're going to start with 7. And and then 8. And we're going to throw one of these in, and then 9, and we're going to end with a 10. Okay, so there we go. We're going to skip a page, skip 2 pages, and we're going to start again. So what were we on? Like, I already forgot. We're on 10, so this is 11. We're going to add white paper. That's 12. Add one of these in. Now this is 13. And then we're going to do 14. And I'm going to do another white piece of paper. So this is how I do it. I just come through and count out my pages. Now, I most likely will need to add more pages throughout, so I'll have to recount. So 15, 15, so now we're on 16, so this is 16, and now 17. I'm going to add in a white piece, and then yellow piece. Wait, what am I at now? I already forgot. 17, 18, and we'll end with that. $19, $20, $21, $21. So now we're on 22. Oh, you're not even. Did I hit my camera? And then this is 22, so we'll do one more at 23. And we're going to keep so this is 24, 25. See, I knew it. This always happens. 25, 26, 27. It's 27. So we need to add in 4 more days. So we're going to open this back up to the front, and we're going to add in a page up front. So that's a day, and then let's add one to the back. That's another day, and then we'll go through and we will recount. This brown piece we need to, there we go. So now we're going to go through and recount our pages and make sure we have enough. I'm going to do that off camera. You don't need to see me count. Okay, well I counted and I ended up having 1 extra because I forgot to count a page. I saw it was not numbered when I went through, but there we go. So now we need to punch our holes. So I'm going to use my crocodile, and what I always do when doing a cover is measure out with my centering ruler that I don't think Tim Holtz even makes anymore, which is very mean of him if you ask me. Everybody loves his centering ruler. I don't like his new ruler. The new one he came out with. Not a fan. So I'm going to do 0, so the center. I'm going to mark that, and then I'm going to do 2 inches from the center like I always do. And we're going to poke out. Always. There's always pieces still in there. So we're gonna set our, that's too deep. I don't want it that deep. We're gonna set our holes and line it up and punch. And then what we'll do is we'll use this as our template. As I've said many times before, always use the first thing you punch as your template. Do not use the next piece as your template or 10 pieces down as your template. You may end up shifting, and then your pieces will not be right. Okay, so we're going to take the back, and I'm going to take my pencil that I keep putting away for some reason, and now I lost it. There it is. But I keep putting it away. Sorry for my reach. I don't know why I keep putting it away. It doesn't even go there. I'm going to mark the other side, and so my kid went yesterday to his dad's and his grandparents for dinner, and then he's like, he comes home and I was like, oh, what'd you have? Because they always end up making something he doesn't like. And he's like, Alfredo. I was like, you don't like Alfredo? He goes, I liked Grandma's Alfredo. I said, okay. He goes, she made it from scratch. I was like, okay, great for her. Because he does not like Alfredo, but he's like, I like Grandma's Alfredo. I'm like, okay, awesome. And alright, so what I'm going to do is just go through, line up pages, mark them, and punch them. Always using this. Okay? And I know there are some pages that are smaller, and I don't care that they're smaller. You know what I mean? I will just get them where they need to be and then punch. But he's like, she made it homemade. I was like, okay, great. Some days I wonder, does he think I'm going to be like angry? I don't care. You guys, I literally had an entire conversation with you and have been punching holes, and the recording was paused, so I don't know where it paused. I don't know if I paused it. But quick recap. I use my centering ruler, did 0 in the center of the cover and 2 inch on either side, and I only use my cover to punch my holes so your holes don't start getting screwed up. Okay, great, that's where we are. Gosh darn it, I'm sorry you guys, but I'm just punching holes. That's all I'm doing. I'm punching holes and yapping about food. That's all I'm doing right now. So, sorry about that, but it happens. It happens sometimes. Speaking of food, I'm hungry. But it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. What time is it? It's 10:10. Okay. So, yeah. I was just yapping about food, talking about how my son went to my mother, his father's and grandparents' house. So my ex-husband and ex-in-law's house for dinner yesterday. And that she made Alfredo. And he doesn't like Alfredo, but he liked hers because it was all homemade. So I'm going to text her, see if she'll give me a recipe. She should, because she'll do anything for her grandchild. He is their only grandchild, so. My brother-in-law never got married. He's been eternally single since I've known him. Never had kids, obviously. I mean, not obviously. He's never had kids. And then he also told me she offered to buy, because he needs a laptop for school. Only computer, he has a gaming PC. He does not have anything else but a gaming PC. So, he needs a laptop for college. and she wants to buy it for him. So I told him, I said, then you need to start looking. And I said, don't spend a lot of money. I said, they're on a fixed income. They cannot afford to be buying you a expensive laptop. I'm trying to convince him to get the same one that I use for filming because it's a great laptop and it was not expensive. But who knows? Also, he has to take his placement tests, and he has to actually go to the school to take a chemistry placement exam. And he's like, I don't know anything about chemistry. I'm like, yeah, no, duh, you didn't take chemistry. You didn't take chemistry in school. He didn't know what he wanted to do in high school, so he never took chemistry. So of course you don't know anything about chemistry. They know you didn't take chemistry. They think that maybe you know a few things without having taken a class. It's fine. You go and you take the placement test. That's what placement tests are for. It's been nothing but a pain since he decided to go to school. I knew it was coming because he's sick and tired of his job. He hates it now. I mean, I don't know, you guys know he works at McDonald's, but it's like right down the street. And I've been telling him, I'm like, but you got to stay there because they will work with you. You've been there for so long. You have seniority. They will work with your schedule. You need to stay. That's just how it is. For now, you need to stay. You can't expect to go get a new job and be like, well, I need these days off because I have class, and they don't give you enough hours, and then you can't afford to be in school. That's how that works. So we'll see what happens, but he signed up for summer session, which starts in May. So he needs to get his butt in gear. He needs to buy a car. He needs to take his 2 placement tests. He has to take math and chemistry because he decided he wanted to go to school for environmental science. That way, he says, I can either go into forestry, which is now a dead job thanks to our government. So you can either go into forestry or entomology is his plan. All right, there we go. We have a journal. I am going to, I think, put eyelets in. What do you guys think? Should we do eyelets? I think we should also. So, I guess what I have enough of is the yellow or the green. Let's do the green. So I need 6. There we go. There's 6. That's a satisfying snap sound. Yep, he wants to be an entomologist. Get in there. Or forestry. His dad went to school for forestry, but his dad dropped out. His dad dropped out of college, right out of high school. He went for forestry, and he dropped out. And then when he went back to school and we were married, let's see, my son was, so that had to have at least been 2007 or 8. He went back to school because we were in our house. He went back to Penn State and he went for business is what he did. So he never graduated with a forestry degree. Oh my God. No. Sometimes these are so hard when they're generic to pop in. Man, I did it off camera because you didn't want to hear me cursing about how bad that hurt. Okay. So we're just squeezing them. Yep, he went back to Penn State. That's where he originally was after high school. His brother also graduated from Penn State. I believe also in business. Alright, there we go. Let's get it on rings, and it's done. And that's because that's not where that goes. That's why that fell at me. Okay. I need rings. here is my bag O-rings. And I need, oh no, do I not have a good size? I might not. I go through so many rings, and then I don't have the size I need. And it looks like I don't. Awesome. No. Great. So I'm just going to put them on 3 small rings, and I'm going to have to buy rings. I thought I bought some. I guess I didn't. His dad, so my kid has to look for a car, and him and his dad are putting it off, and I'm like so annoyed by it. We procrastinate, he tells me. Okay, awesome, but like you can't procrastinate on this, you guys. I swear. Sometimes. I'm so not a procrastinator. I hate it. Probably one of the reasons that my ex-husband and I are no longer together is because I couldn't stand it. The funny thing is, my boyfriend will procrastinate, but if I just have to tell him, yo, no, we're not doing this, go do it, and he'll do it. But if it was up to him, he wouldn't. But my ex-husband never listened. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Sorry, you guys. Point of the story is my kid's going back to school. He has not, and first of all, he has not been in regular school since 6th grade. He went to cyber school. So he has not been in a regular school since 6th grade. But only 2 of his classes are in person. The other ones are online. So there's that. But still, like he's literally not been in regular school. So I don't know how he's going to deal with this. It should be interesting. It should be interesting. But he's been talking about... Oh, this never got punched. He's been talking about... And I'm going to do what I tell you guys never to do, and I'm just using this paper because I don't feel like taking the cover off the rings, but do what I say, not what I do. Like I said, he's not been, so this should be really interesting to see what happens. But he needs to get a car. He's had his license for so long now, but does not have a car because he said to me they're expensive. Yeah, no crap. We all know this, but it's something that you need. You can't just be borrowing other people's cars, and you can't depend on people to take you to school. This is not high school. You're going to college. So hopefully they go this upcoming week because like I've had enough. Okay, there we go. Dunzo. What do you guys think? I love a good little golden book journal. They're awesome. I love them so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do a lot of fun things on this channel, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.